here. Look, listen.
When I put him on the FPS Kyle diet, which is a lot of salads and grilled chicken, basically, he didn't shit for a week. He didn't shit for so long. I called the only person who I truly know is a bit of a fitness expert, Joe Lozon, who's a UFC fighter, a man who is literally a fitness expert. He's a professional fighter, professional athlete, big name in the UFC. I'm like, he hasn't shat in 4 days, dude. He's like, what? He hasn't shat in 4 days. What do we do? He's like, well, if 3 or 4 more days go by, it's gonna be a problem. It's already a problem. I think, I'm just picturing the meals that he's taken in. That's still inside him somewhere. He's
stuffing down the musket barrel.
It's like he's overloaded. I've seen what happens when you put the wrong ammunition into a gun. It explodes. What are we gonna blow this man's asshole out? And I kept thinking back to a story that Wings once told us about how he was very constipated for a while and he hadn't been able to poop. And then he finally sat on the table, and I'm going to quote him instead of telling you what actually happened.
Wait, did you say sat on the table?
Toilet.
Oh, okay. That was going to be a more horrifying story.
It's much more horrifying than
hanging there.
It's about to take a turn.
He sits on the toilet and he begins pooping. And to quote him, the turd came out sideways and log jammed in his asshole. And like if you can imagine like a long turd coming out an asshole and then somehow making a 90-degree turn and just wedging it open.
It was a breech birth.
In the movies when a big crocodile's about to bite the good guy and he sticks a stick in his mouth? Yeah. That happened to his asshole, according to him. And he screamed out in pain, ah! And fell into the floor with the turd still lodged. And he was in so much pain, to quote him, there was only one thing to do. And that was call for Grandma.
What any of us would do.
Grandma! There's a turd log jammed in my butthole. Help me. And she did. Quickly, she came to his aid. Rubber gloves were placed. A finger was inserted. And the turd, such that it was broken up and destroyed.
So wait, his grandmother fished shit out of his ass? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, to be fair, it was more of like breaking it up for easy room, like an abortion.
To be fair.
Yeah. Mr. Medicare, we have our own scat man on the show. It's not exclusive to you and your universe.
Yeah.
Who would tell somebody that story? God, if that happened to me, I would never tell that fucking story.
You might kill your grandma so that she... You're just like smothering her that night with a pillow. I'm sorry, this can never get out. If Mr. Medicare finds out. So if you want that clip exists of him breaking that down. Just breaking down the shit in his asshole. And so that was occurring to me as I pondered over his constipation. And so we're getting him these chia seed drinks from the grocery store, which are supposed to aid in passing, making you regular, making you poop. We're filling his diet with fiber. I believe there was like shredded wheat and chia seed drinks and all of this stuff. And finally, like 7 or 8 days in, I had to replace the toilet. Not because anything was wrong with it, but just out of principle after he left.
You knew what happened in there.
I knew what had happened there. It was like if your girlfriend told you she'd been in a gangbang. You didn't see it, and there are no visible damages, but you just can't get past it. Yeah. I knew Wings of Redemption had taken a 7-day shit in my toilet, and I couldn't get past that ever again. I couldn't look at that toilet in the face square again.